pratisthita yanisha sarvabhutanam tasyam jagati samyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sanisha pashyatu mune. No? No. No. These four lines will be different. Apurjamanam achala pratishtham samudramapa pravishanti yadavat tadavat kamayang pravishanti sarve shantimapnoti nakamukami vihaya kamanya sarvan umang charati nispriha nirmamo nirahankara shantim adhigacchati esha brahmi sthiti partha nainam prapya vimujyati siddhva asyam antakalepi brahma nirvanam richate. Uti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Shu Upanishadshu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Sastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Sangvade Sankhya Yogo Nama Tritiyo Adhyaya. Right. So we have started today in time. I came in time today. Huh? I come from a great distance, that's why I am late every day.
You have a lot of traffic.
Lot of traffic for my journey. See.
Of course, you have to cross from one world to another.
One more. Okay, so so we were on page number 90, the Sanskrit. We are reading on 91. So what we did, very important thing, that this is the that extra book, put it anywhere. Take out that book from that place. Go and finish it. Setting. Yeah. So we are reading this. That the three gunas, Sattang, Raja and Tamas, these are coming from the Prakriti. Prakriti he gunaha. These three gunas. Te yukta para purusha. Eka iho asudhatte. The Eka para purusha, the supreme Purusha consciousness is one. That same Purusha, Eka, with the three gunas, what has happened? Sthiti adi adaye. Sthiti means creation, existence. Sthiti means existence. Shrishti means creation. Adi means etc. Creation, sustenance and destruction. So for that, Hari Birinchi Hariti Sangha created the one become three. Hari, the Narayana, the Vishnu, what we call here. Birinchi, Brahma. From Narayana came the creator God, Brahma. And Shiva, the destroyer. So, see, the Vedantic perception is everywhere embedded. that Puranas are actually the practical application of the Upanishadic truth, so that people can easily visualize, no? Absolute Brahman and all this Hiranyagarbha, is that very difficult to get. But if you say, oh, one is creator, sustainer, maintainer, that I understand. Because there is some creator, there is someone who maintains and sustains, and someone comes, oh, this is deal with destroy, and bring another one. So three aspects for sustenance. So three creation goes on. Then Sreyangsi Tatra Khulu, for the good of humanity, there Shattato Nor Ninangsu, the Sattva quality, out of the Sattva quality, for the good of humanity, Atobhai Kavayo Nittam, the Kobis, the sages, the saints, they Bhakting Paramaya Muda, they show their utmost devotion and love with joy, full heart. What they do? Was Vasudeve Bhagavati, that Bhagavan Vasudeva. In him, Kurvanti does what he does, Atma Prasadanim. They surrender to these themselves, but who appears for the good of humanity. This Narayana, Mumukshavo, Ghora Rupan Hitva. They there are different types of violent forms of expression of God is also there. So they don't like that. They like the calm, serene, compassionate, that divine aspect of God, which is called the Narayana. They put their heart and soul and love that aspect of Narayana Phala, Shanta, and they're all peaceful, and that aspect of God they worship. That means main thing, Brahman with the power, this Prakriti they have used, then comes Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Out of Sattva quality comes Narayana form, and the Vishnu devotees, the lovers of God, they don't like to worship other violent forms of aspects of God. Maybe there, Mother Kali with a sword, weapon, Chinnamasta cutting the head, and blood oozing, fire all around. You see, and Mother with the hair all in the flowing in the air. She's just cutting the head of the. So like that, these violent forms, devotees go to that aspect of Narayana aspect. So that is, and we have read the explanation, the first up to page 91, first paragraph we have read. There this aspect has been mentioned, but one important thing has been mentioned. The Sankhya philosophy, Sankhya Prakriti is a word of the Sankhya philosophy. But Bhagavat used that Sankhya philosophy not in the sense as Sankhya did. Here, this first paragraph we have read, that here what is meant Sankhya, Prakriti in Sankhya is matter. Sankhya philosophy says Purusha is conscious and Prakriti is matter. But Purusha is from the very beginning, continuing. Prakriti is also continuing from the beginning. But it is independent entity. But here in this verse, it is not mentioned that way. This Bhagavat does not take it that way. It is the power of the same Lord Vishnu. He has manifested as the creator God and the destroyer God. That means it is a Shakti, that is a tantric idea. The Purusha, here, Purusha is the consciousness, and with his Prakriti means his inscrutable power. God, with his inscrutable power, creates Brahma. Brahma creates, and Brahma then creates the universe. That's why it's called Manasa Suta. It comes out of the wish of God. And who is God? Narayana is the God.
So I thought Shiva was the destroyer, though.
Shiva will destroy, but
So
from whom it comes?
the creator is Vishnu,
Vishnu.
and the
No,
destroyer.
creator is not Vishnu.
Creator
Creator is Brahma.
Brahma. Okay.
And Vishnu is the Lord from whom this universe comes out of it. He has the idea, let the world be there. Huh? Upanishad says, Eko aham bahushyama, I was alone, let me be many. The desire came. It's Upanishadic language. Here in Puranic language, it was that Purusha with the power of the Prakriti, he desired. And he desired, who desired? It is Vishnu, Narayana desired. And Narayan desired the creator God, Brahma created out of Rajas quality. He is the pure Sattva quality. And then Rajas came. And after that Rajas, naturally, when its creation goes on for a long time, it becomes old. So you have to break that and create new one. So Shiva then starts functioning. So it is my point is what we have to understand here. It is, though they use the word Prakriti, that Prakriti does not mean the Sankho. The way the Sankho used it, here the same language may be used, but it is not understood the same way. It is the Shakti, power of the Narayana. So Narayana's power manifested as Brahma, and Brahma created this universe. And
but there are so many universes and so many Brahmas. So all of them are coming out of his navel?
Oh, that's the thing. Purana is little. But you have to go to Brahman, that's why it is easier, much less complication. But here they may explain something and you can be satisfied. But as you said, how many Brahmas are there? Yes, many Brahmas. He have created, hey, you do that side, hey, you do that side. Anyhow.
It's a little strange that Vishnu is creating Brahma, and then Brahma is creating the universe, and then Vishnu is sustaining it. And Vishnu is the boss.
Vishnu is the boss. His wish
Brahma
continues.
should be doing all the work.
Brahma creation, his hard work he does. Created means the building construction. Done. Who maintenance?
Yeah, so I'm saying that a founder of the company doesn't become, is a founder. He's like the chairman of the company, and then he hires a CEO to run the company. Similarly, if Vishnu is like the boss, then he should be hiring Brahma to run the universe, not just create something and then Vishnu, poor guy, has to run the whole thing.
Yeah.
Nobody does that. Hire somebody to create something and then run yourself. It's always the other way around.
Oh, is that? That's why in Purana there are so many complications. Don't want to understand everything. But the main thing...
People who wrote the Puranas, they didn't talk to you.
They have to talk to me.
No.
They could have seen the world.
Now, that's why this Purana, they are emphasizing, it is called this Purana, it's a Vishnu Purana. No? That's why Vishnu's glory is there. And you go to Devi Purana, so Devi's glory will be there. Then Vishnu is nothing. So at the end of this chapter, you will find it has written AJ. It should be noted, go on 92, last paragraph, second paragraph. It should be noted that Bhagavat exalts Vishnu as the supreme being. This book, with the premises, Vishnu is the ultimate, finish. You have to take that premises. But because it is a Vaishnava Purana, it is the Puranas of the Vaishnava Bhaktas. And Shaiva Puranas, that means those are Shiva worshippers, they will say Vishnu is nothing. Shiva created everything. And Shiva's world is going on. And that means to grow utmost devotion to your Ishta Devata. What is happening?
There's a call coming on your laptop.
Laptop call coming. Rajgan. How to stop that? Okay, gone.
Stop it from future.
Automatic gone. So we'll have to think about that.
No, if maybe you've connected your devices. Skype call. Was it a Skype call?
Skype is running.
Oh, somebody's calling you on Skype.
I have not talked with Skype for 6-8 months. Anybody. But maybe it is on and on. That is the point. You do not know what is happening. Better not to know much. So Shiva Purana, then Shaivites, Shiva is the highest. In this, Narayana is nothing. Narayana is his boss, his servant. As you said, Vishnu is as creating. And again, poor Vishnu, he will have to maintain. Here, Shiva is the boss. And Narayana, they are all subordinate to.
It was confusing because some of them have so many different names. but it's the same thing.
Now
So
we
are
are
you saying Narayana is the same as Vishnu?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Another
Not there are you know which it is the main, if we understand why this, because this book is for creating devotion to Vishnu, the Narayana. I am a Narayana devotee, you are a Narayana, you are a Krishna devotee, I am a Krishna devotee. Krishna and Narayana are made synonym. Krishna is Narayana, Narayana is Krishna. So I am a devotee. So how I shall be more devoted to Krishna, to Narayana? Scripture is helping us. He is so great. He is the creator. And then he created Brahma. And then Shiva. So you should not digress your attention when you are studying this, the focus on Narayana or Narayana. It is like Ramakrishna said, dig the ground in one place, in a different language. And you don't dig 10 places. Everywhere the underground water is water. Truth. But you are a Shiva devotee, okay. Shiva Purana is your Purana. Glory of all Shiva. And then you go more devotion, one-pointed love. And then see Shiva. Ultimately, you have the vision of Shiva. But when you see Shiva, again, Ramakrishna's vision, remember. Ramakrishna saw Holy Divine Mother. That was called his vision. But what he saw ultimately? Mother's form melted into the ocean of light. So you have Shiva darshan. Shiva may come in the form first. But as you go on deep and deep and deep, you lose your identity, and then Shiva will melt into the infinite. Ultimately, truth is same. Ramakrishna said, all are heading towards that. But because you are a Shiva devotee, for you Shiva is everything. And if you digress your mind here and there, your one-pointedness will go. It will take a long time. Rather be focused. Ramakrishna, focus on Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna is Christ. Christ is Buddha, Rama. For us, we know all these things. But to have concentration and progress, rapid progress, it is better to focus on one. And that is also concentration. Concentration means what? Our distracted mind should be focused on one. That is concentration. And that reveals the truth quickly. So this book, when we read, we have to take little, be fanatical that way. This is this. But because of our Vedantic perspective, it should not touch our inner feeling. But this type of fanatic statement, or only this, will come. And as a result, this Hinduism have also have terrible bad days. Shaivites and the Vishnu devotees, you go to where the Orthodox people are there, how much trouble they created for the people of other faith group, no? Who love Shiva as the ultimate God, who love Vishnu as the ultimate God. They don't get along. They are very, and even the different Vaishnava, among Vaishnava, which group of Vaishnava, this is the human nature, always to fight. But we should not be like that. We know whenever he is calling Vasudeva, you can think of Ramakrishna. You can think, if your Rama is your Ishta, you can think of Rama. You can think of Christ. Matters little, but for them it is very serious. And that is only the purpose. If we know, then it becomes easy to understand. Okay, so I have not read the 91 second part, but I have told you what has been mentioned. You see, according to Sankhya philosophy, Prakriti is complex of the above mentioned constituents, which is technically called gunas. Prakriti is the three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Sattva is what? Stands for purity, light, intelligence, harmony, tranquility. Rajas is for passion, energy, strife, etc. And what Tamas? Dullness, ignorance, darkness, inertia. All things, mental and physical, are the evolutes of the Prakriti. Whatever we see in the mind, in the external world, or in the mind, it is all under Prakriti. That's why Thakur is, Holy Mother is Prakriti, Vikriti, Shunnam, Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna is he who is beyond Prakriti and Vikriti, all is transformation. Beyond Prakriti, beyond, that means he is Brahman. If we look at Ramakrishna's meditation, we think that we are meditating on Ramakrishna. But what Ramakrishna we are meditating? Prakriti Vikriti Shunnam Nityam Anandamurti. You think of the form where only bliss is as if bursting out bliss. So that Ramakrishna. So why do you say Ramakrishna? If he is beyond Prakriti and Vikriti, then what is that? Beyond Prakriti is what? Purusha. And Purusha is here, Purusha is the consciousness. So you are thinking of consciousness, only starting name Rama and meditating on Ramakrishna. What Ramakrishna you are meditating upon? If you really meditate on Ramakrishna, you are meditating on that consciousness. Though you start with the Ramakrishna, you end in that. So
because it's convertible, isn't that right, Swami? You're thinking of Ramakrishna, and it's convertible to Brahman.
Yeah. That is the purpose. Otherwise, your Ramakrishna becomes a human being or a powerful person. We are not thinking of any person or powerful person or who has little strength and energy to change something. But it is the absolute truth beyond time, space, condition. Hridayo Kamalamadde Rajitang Nirvikalpam. What is Nirvikalpa? It's beyond all kalpana or duality. Nirvikalpa. Sad asad akhilo bheda atitam. Sat means existence. Asat means non-existent. Sad asad atita. Beyond the concept of your existence and non-existence. What Ramakrishna you are talking now? People take a flower. I am thinking of Ramakrishna. Hey, all hush, hush, hush. This is why we are meditating on Ramakrishna. And say, hey, mantra is chanted. No? In puja time, big puja time, we say, meditation time, chup. But what we are meditating? Where is Ramakrishna here? Ramakrishna, you are saying, the mantra, if you really think of the meaning, that man Ramakrishna is not there. His hand, his feet is not a description how his beautiful nose, how the eyes, how the eyebrows, how the forehead. No description as such. It is all description of Brahman. See, that's a Ramakrishna. We say in name, but we are talking about Brahman.
The same thing applies to mother as well.
Of course. Jai Chitta Sarojastham Shukhashinam Kripamoying. That mother who is seated in the heart, lotus of my heart, who is full of compassion, Kripamoying. Prasanna Vadanang. Her face is so serene and compassionate. Prasanna Vadanang. Tarpore ki? Sthirolochana. Alulaita Keshardo. Her hair is like that, half split in the front and half in the back. Alulaita Keshardo. Bakshastalo Vimunditam. Sheta Vastar Vitar Dhangang is clad in white robe. Sheta Vastar Vitar Dhangang. Hema Alankara Vusitam. Golden, what do you call? Bracelets on both bangles. তারপরে কি she's sitting. First he was giving the picture of how she is calm, serene and meditating. Mother, affectionate mother, no? Sitting Sakrura on her own lap, putting the hand like this, no? Now Thakur like this, and Ma is doing what? Ma is doing this way.
Oh, is it?
See, look at that.
Right.
Sakrura.
Yes.
Thakur
No,
is like
his
this.
Thakur
his
is like that.
Yeah, Thakur is like
No,
this.
his thumbs are touching too. Thakur.
Yes, but his fingers are interconnected and mother's are cupped.
Mothers are cupped. I thought it's just touching like this. She's doing like
This
this. It's
way.
called the Yoni Asana.
This way. See, Ma is
Yoni
on
Mudra.
one hand, is another hand. Anyhow, Sakrura Nastastancha Jnana Bhakti Pradayini. She is the bestower. So now we are coming to the inner sense. Jnana is the bestower of Jnana and Bhakti. You cannot go to mother for other things. The definition wise, she is the bestower of Jnana and Bhakti. Jnana Bhakti Pradayini. Shubhram Jyotirmayim. Now come. She is Shubhra. Shubhra means the stainless, white. Shubhra. Jyotirmay, of the nature. What she is effulgent. Jyotirmay. Shubhra Jyotirmay. Jiva Tapo Santapa Harin. That means who destroys the santapa, the burning sensation or burning pain. It's the mother aspect more. But you see, it says this way, this way, this way, but ultimately it bursts into that consciousness. So all the meditation, if you take anything, you'll find that there's composition has been done that way. So but people unnecessarily don't know, that's why they fight. No? If it's called Saroda, what to Saroda? You can say any mother, Mother Mary, you can think that. Same thing. Seated in the heart, full of compassion, looking at you affectionately to remove your this burning sensation of your heart. And she's of the effulgent form. That's why halo is considered in even in Christianity. We see the saints have the halo. That's the light, the expression of light. Anyhow, so in the process of the world manifestation, in the middle of the paragraph, 91 page, Supreme Being, that is called the Vishnu, is described as associated with each of these gunas of Prakriti Rajas for certain Srishti, Shakta for preservation, redemption, Sthiti, and with the Tamas for dissolution, Pralaya. It should be clearly understood that there are not three gods, because it is the explanation of the Ramakrishna Mission Sadhus. If you go to Prabhupada, it will have some different explanation. Biased explanation, but here it is Vedantic background, so Vedantic interpretation. It should be clearly understood that they are not three gods, but the one and only Supreme Being Vishnu, of whom the other two are manifestation in Rajas and Tamas. So Vedanta goes Brahman manifested into Krishna, Shiva, three, but because it is centered around Narayana, so here Brahman comes as Narayana. Narayana is Brahman, but from Narayana comes out his two chelas. One is called the creator God, another is the destroyer God.
That's what the Vaishnavas will say.
Vaishnava will say. So that is their view, but we have to understand their standpoint, how they are saying, because their ultimate goal is to Vishnu. They don't want to merge with Brahman. So they want to set a separation. Vishnu is the ultimate God. Through this, I will go to Vishnu. That's why it is called, I live in the Vishnu Loka. The devotees ask that I will be going after death and live in the plane where Vishnu is there. I will live with him. Salokko, Sajujjo, and very close. I will not live there, distance, because it is duality. Duality has a distance. I will be very close where Krishna is there, Narayana is there. I will be very close to him. Salokko, Sasti.
But Vishnu wants you close. I mean, yes, the devotee wants to be close to Vishnu, but does Vishnu want you to be so close to him?
No, Vishnu will say, I always want. I also want, but you need some money. So what gunas? You should have your spiritual wealth to be so close, no? That means spiritual wealth, your love, your devotion is so intense. Depending on the intensity of your devotion, you can be close, how far, all this. And these are the goals of Bhakti Sadhana. Salukko, Saruppo, Sarsti. Then it is said, Diyomanang Nagrinnanti Vinamatsavan. These bhaktas, if you give them, this you go to different planes and heights of your enjoyment. They don't care for this. Even if you give them, they want only to serve the Narayana.
But the problem is when you go there and you want to serve, but there always will be some competitor who will be.
That is the problem of duality.
Yeah,
that's the problem of duality.
Authentic nivritti of dukkha is not possible.
Yeah, but they don't want that. Attantik nivritti, what you are afraid. But I want to enjoy his association. Bhakti, devotion, love has separation anxiety is also another expression of love. Not meeting together is love. Separation is also one part of experience. That's why you call rasa. Yesterday, you were not here. That raga play. There are different. They are talking about different emotions. Sringara rasa, this rasa, that rasa. There are different rasa. How to experience God in different ways, and this duality has different type of expression. You taste the sugar or taste the chocolate on the right side of your tongue, how it looks. Okay, I put it in the left side of your tongue.
And even
How
the
does it?
bitter squash
On the
also.
top of what? And bottom of what? So there is duality. So duality has its own problem. That's why the God, even gods and goddesses are
And
jealous.
bitter gourd. Bitter gourd also has
Yeah.
this rasa.
Yeah. But that is, if you say go to the rasa, then it matters little whether it is bitter gourd or it is a sweet or melon or mango, matters little. Rasa, rasa, rasa. So so devotees have their own enjoyment. How can he know? We have not developed that love, so we cannot understand. But it is not a this whole literature has been said by because from the life of thousands of saints. They live in that consciousness. Say Mirabai lived with one type of emotion. Not that everyone is living in the same emotional aspect what Mirabai did. Say it Saint what is it? Surudas. They sometimes say Dasso. The five moods are there, no? So different ways. And bhakti is not so easy because it has so much of fine distinction between, as we are listening to raga yesterday, melody, and its different, a little minor variation. That lady was saying, Saregama, see what he's saying? And cutting the word in a split, making it total different rasa. They are saying, if you actually observe that music, how with little one twist, one stopping and emphasizing the next word can create a different music. These are called the fineness of the ragas. So here also bhakti has fine areas. But anyhow, main point for us is to love God. how we can focus our attention there uninterruptedly. That is the purpose. Okay. Now, 15 verse. Let's go to 92 page. Verse number 22. Akama sarvakamo va. Akama sarvakamo va. Moksha kamo udadadhihi. Tibrena bhakti yogena bhajate purusham paraha. Bhajit, bhajit, right, bhajit, I am wrong. Bhajeta purusham parang. Parang purusham means supreme purusha. That means Narayana. Whenever they are saying param purusha, it is Narayana, it is Vishnu. Bhajate means bhajeta. One should worship. How? You cannot keep love for other things and then love Krishna. It will not happen. Because your love is divided. It's akama. You will not have any kamana for anything, only for Krishna. Akama. A man, maybe, a person, maybe, let a man be desireless. Akama. He has no other desire. But bhajeto purushang para. He also should worship this Parama Purusha, Supreme Purusha, Narayana. When I am saying Narayana, you can substitute Ramakrishna in your mind. Or Krishna, whatever. So you have no desire, only desire for Krishna or Narayana. You should bhajana. Whether you do that or sarvakam, or let him be with many desires into his situations of life, sustenance. For your life situation, you need this, you need this. Those are desires, no? I need to have some home, I need to have some car, I need to have some. So be in that. Even in that situation, you are having so many expectations. Bhakti, that's why is a very balancing state. Uncompromising is your Vedanta. You have to give up, give up, give up, give up. No question. But here you can keep something. As I say, you can enjoy. You are hiking the top of the mountain. You can enjoy your cup of chai, tea, and sit and see the vista. You are tired, take rest. have some snacks, and enjoy the view. Then slowly again go on. It does not ask you to give up all this. But you may be giving up, then you go ahead a little bit. But if you want, okay, you have other desires, okay. And that's why all the spiritual journey starts from people having so many worldly desires. Along with that, I love God also. That's the beginning stage. And that devotion grows and grows and grows. Love for God grows so much, the other desires drop off gradually. No? And then ultimately, one pointed love, supreme attraction that comes forth. So this is either a person be totally desireless, okay, he should worship Narayana, nor let him be with many desires even. Let him, if he is an intelligent and sincere aspirant of liberation, moksha kama, if he wants moksha, moksha means liberation, moksha means freedom. If you want, their freedom concept is not merging in God. Always remember, we are studying this book where we want to test the sugar. So you are intelligent, then you follow this path, you bhajana, you do bhajan. So the synopsis of these many verses are this: one should worship Narayana, whether if you are very intelligent and you are very udara. Udara means open-minded. If he is intelligent and sincere aspirant after liberation, means I want to be free from bondage. Udarodhi. Dhi means buddhi. Is udara. Udara means free, broad. So if that person, tibrena bhakti yogena, they should have to worship what? Tibrena bhakti yogena. Tibra means intense. Intense love, intense practice to love God, they should practice. So what he's saying so far, because Narayana is the root of everything, from Narayana came Brahma, Narayana came Shiva. So don't pay attention to others. Don't pay attention to other terrible forms of divine aspects of worship. You focus. If you are intelligent, if you have no desire, that's best. If you have even other small desires for your sustenance, with that, if you are really asking for liberation, moksha kama, or udaradi, or you have that sincere aspirant of liberation, then you have to worship the Supreme Being with intense devotion, not superficial devotion. Love, intense love. So this is the advice to us, that you love God with your whole heart. What Christ said, love thy God, Lord, with thy heart and thy mind, heart and soul. Love thy Lord, I forgot that. With thy heart and soul, or something like that. It's the same language. Love thy. Christianity is a devotional path of devotion. So same. That all paths of spiritual upliftment are dedicated to Vishnu, Vasudeva. Again, this is the theme of the book. You cannot say question, hey, why Vasudeva? No, Vasudeva is Vishnu.
Okay.
Vasudeva means Krishna. Vasudeva, they always make a synonym. Narayana is equal to Krishna, and he is called Vasudeva. He is called different names they call, but in Narayana. The main Narayana is Vasudeva. Vasudeva means Krishna. So,
What is the father of Krishna?
Vasudeva, that's called Sanskrit, it said, Apattarthe snapratyay. Vasudevasya apatya santan. Vasudeva is the father's name. Vasudev's son, he is called Vasudeva.
Pandu's son,
Pandava.
And then,
Anyone, his father's name, Sanskrit name, they become Vasudev's Vasudeva. Pandava.
Janak's daughter Janaki.
Janaka would be the son, daughter would be Janaki.
No,
Mother
Janaki would be
Sita's
father.
name. Right?
Janaki's father.
Janaki is father, Janaka is Apatta, Santan.
Daughter is Janaki.
Janaki. Like Strilinga, it is the female, what you call, Stri Linga, the gender. That's why it is Janaki. Anyhow, so that all paths of spiritual upliftment are dedicated to Vasudeva is stated in the two following verses. So now, therefore, what you have to do? Vasudeva is the ultimate. So you should be, your study should be such that you grow love for Vasudeva. Your Veda, Vasudeva para Veda, Vasudeva para Makha, Vasudeva para Yoga, Vasudeva para Kriyaha, Vasudeva param Jnanam, Vasudeva param tapaha, Vasudeva paro dharmo, Vasudeva paragati. That means take Vasudeva as the everything. Vasudeva, the Vedas have Vasudeva as the subject matter. They are saying that they even read in the Vedas what they talk about. They talk about this Vasudeva. Vasudeva. Here, you have to explain how they say that there comes the Vaishnava philosophy. That's why the same Brahma Sutra is explained by this Vaishnava school. They have to prove not your supreme Brahman, absolute Brahman, but Vasudeva is the root. So you have to know much of the Sanskrit. You have to know how to twist and turn the meaning of it to make it compatible with the philosophy. So Shankara also did some. To all the time talking about absolute Vedanta, he will have to make a meaning out of one word, which does not really mean the absolute duality, absolute oneness. But we will have to say yes. So he says the Vedas have Vasudeva as their subject matter. Who knows? I am not going to study that. Where is it mentioned? Then it says all the sacrificial rites. In ancient time, the society was full of offering sacrifice. And it is all offered to Narayana. As we say, in our home of fire time, what do we say? Om, Aing, Isha, কি বলা হয় বিল্লপত্র সচন্দন no, that home of fire. Om Aing, Om Aing Isha Sachandana Idam Villapatram Bada. Idam Villapatram, this Villapatra, Sarvadeva Devi Sharupaya Ramakrishnaya Bhushat Namaha. Swaha. So we offer 108 times or 32 times Ramakrishna Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. So they say Narayan. It is going to Narayana. It is going to Narayana.
But Narayana cannot give Billapatra. It has to be Tulsi.
No, Billapatra, they give ghee. They will give only the, instead of certain leaves are liked by one. It is like you are worshipping duality, no? Duality means, why not? We give those things in special puja. Some place you see why one deity you give bell leaf, another deity don't give bell leaf. Meaning what? Suppose we are so many people sitting here. If someone wants to feed us something, what will be the best? One common food, everyone. That's a different thing. Another thing, I like, my special liking is for something, and he gives me that. I will not be very pleased with that person. You like certain, you like, say, what you call, vegan food. Someone likes fish. Someone like, okay, vegetarian is enough, not vegan. So if anyone supplies when you are eating really, that time exactly what you need, will you not be very pleased? All this worship is centered around that. Don't give this leaf to Narayana. Narayana does like the Tulasi. Don't give bell leaf. Bell leaf is for Shiva. Shiva likes that. So during puja time, you give.
Krishna's eyes, so they cover his eyes when they feed Ma.
Ah,
Kali.
oh,
They
yeah,
cover
yeah.
the eyes.
Oh, that don't want to see that.
No, no.
Right.
Because they give her, what's her animal on? She likes.
Hey, so see, Ma likes that she has to fight, no?
Yeah.
How can she be vegetarian? She will have to kill the Asura with sword and one. See, suppose you make the military people all vegetarian. Huh? They will have to fight. Rajas they need. So they do that. But my point is that these worshipping the gods and goddesses are so important if you can give proper things to proper person. Ganesha loves red. If you give white flower, it is not, you are not doing a justice to that. Yeah, he'll take it, he will take it, but he will be happier if you give a red flower. Acha, but you Saraswati, Mother Saraswati, you are worshipping. Don't give red ever. You give only white flower, white mother likes. Saraswati's. So how it has said, I do not know.
Is there a book on this somewhere?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, this is a lot of detail.
Oh yes, lot of details, yeah.
Swahananda,
Swahananda?
he wrote a little book on all the gods and goddesses.
And they're what they ride, what is the, what they like.
Okay, great.
But you will find contradictory things to everything.
Oh, really? Okay.
So that's why it's hard to get into all these things.
But no, but
There are contradictory things all over the place.
now contradictory, but you have to understand that suppose you think it's personally, that I am personally serving Ganesha. I am offering a, that's why you do the puja of Ganesha, maybe short puja. But when you are offering a flower, you should be careful. Ganesha loves this red. So if you are available, give a red flower. If you are giving, if there is no option, okay. But from your devotion side, I like to please him. These are for all the pujas as what? To get the grace of all the blessings of the holy divinities.
It makes sense too because it engages your emotions.
My emotion.
Too. Yeah.
And what God likes, God knows.
But they have the stories of like the Vishnu, when you worship, you need Tulsi. But Mother Lakshmi, you cannot give Tulsi. Because Vishnu is a Krishna form and Radha's other name is Vrinda, which means Tulsi. So that lady will not like this lady. So that is
Oh,
why
Baba, she is going to much more problematic area.
That's what I'm saying.
So Baba, I don't get so much deep into it because there are all problems.
It's a slippery slope.
And a slippery slope, and there is jealousy, there is this, there is that, that comes. But anyhow, our simple formula is that love God. That's why love God. That's why Gita is ultimately says, you love me with a little flower or any little water or any fruit. That's enough. With your devotion, what you give. So, and when devotion, extreme devotion comes, then it matters little what are you giving, red or this and that. In that your mind is not there. But a beginner, those who are starting the worship, they should have to do all these rituals very meticulously. So all the rites, they are dedicated. Dedicated to whom? It all goes to Vishnu. All the yoga practices, what are for? Vasudeva is their end. All this yoga, you practice meditation and this and that to reach Vasudeva, to be closer to Vasudeva or be one with Vasudeva. If you say even, that is a saguna. That means your separation is still there. Ramakrishna standing here with the mother. He cannot go beyond. Mother is also standing there and he is also standing there. He is not connected with the lower level anywhere, but he has gone and stuck there and he is not going anywhere. Then Totapuri said, what? Okay, do this. And he pierced that area and boom, went into the absolute consciousness. So all the yogas have Vasudeva as their end. All religious ceremonies have Vasudeva in their view. The spiritual science of self-knowledge. They are saying even Vedantic knowledge, no? Vasudeva Parajoga, Vasudeva Parang Jnanam. And all the knowledge ends in the Vasudeva. So self-knowledge is devoted to Vasudeva. All austerities are meant to propitiate Vasudeva. dharma, all the dharma, righteous living, etc. people do, that is consistent in the dedicated service to Vasudeva. That's why we say whatever you do whole life, whole day, think you are doing for God, God, God. And he is saying it is Vasudeva. Is indeed the supreme goal of man. So this verse says,
And Vasudeva means he in whom all beings dwell.
That is a Vedantic explanation. And true, all beings have come from him. It is he planned. He said, Brahma create. So Brahma is creating. But first order is coming. He is the boss. Everything is coming. So everything rests in that Vasudeva. It is only point is the little trace of separation remains. As Ramakrishna, always remember Ramakrishna in the sixth plane here. That is the plane ultimate for these people. The Vaishnava devotees, whoever wants, their climax journey or the journey will end there when they can be in that level. And there is tremendous joy. Because your little ego sense is there and the ocean of joy is there. But you are having not totally dissolving into your egolessness. Do you say anything?
No.
Okay. Now, how to do it? Next verse. Narada on why devotion is superior to other disciplines. Narada is saying why devotion is superior to other disciplines. This is also for our benefit. He's saying, you practice devotion. There is nothing more than devotion. Devotion is the highest. Practice devotion. Don't go. Bhairavi Brahmani said to Ramakrishna, don't go to this Nangta because he is a non-dual. Your devotion will be reduced. And then she was trying to, like a mother protecting Ramakrishna, not to go to Totapuri.
But for a jnani, they would never say that don't go to Bhakti person, your knowledge will be changed.
Yeah.
Once you attain knowledge, you attain it.
That is.
There is no fear.
Knowledge encompasses everything. It is
And,
only once there's separation.
Yeah, but at the beginning stage, devotion, those are devotional people, they don't relish too much intellectual
It's true
discussion.
that such a knowledge of oneness with the God will reduce the devotion because now you're one with Him rather than having the separation.
Right.
Which is right. I mean, the statement is right. Yes, it will reduce the devotion.
Okay.
To the form.
So now, Yamadivir Yoga Pathai Kamo Lobha Hatu Muhu Mukunda Shevaya Jadvat Tatha Atma Adva Nashamnati Atma Adha Na Shamnati. Yamadi Yoga Pathai Kamalo Mohato Muhu. The mind of man under the sway of the passion and greed will not attain to real and lasting peace through the restraint of the senses and other practices of Raja Yoga. He is saying one by one. Raja Yoga, self-control, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara. What are these? Will not help you. Controlling the mind under the sway, our mind normally, which is swaying between the desires and passions and greed and other, it will not attain real and lasting peace. It may attain momentary, chitta vritti nirodha. Mind is journeying this side one time, that time. Sometimes it is good, sometimes again goes this way, sometimes again goes that way. So this mind, which is under the natural sway of the passion and greed, will not attain to real and lasting peace. Lasting peace means absolute peace. It is just again to glorify. Don't take it seriously. Because they are talking about the devotion, so to emphasize the path of devotion, this verse is coming again. That your yoga, meditation, path of meditation, your vritti nirodha, chitta vritti, the ripples of the vritti, you will be able to pacify it forever. It is not possible through your Raja Yoga path to real lasting peace, if you want, through the restraint of the senses and the other practices of Raja Yoga, as it will throw this, as it will get it through. Instead, Raja Yoga, you go through the service of the Lord with loving devotion. That's right. You love God. Automatically senses will be controlled. It's true also. If your mind is engaged 24 hours in serving God, that's why Vaishnavas, they don't serve human being. They are more focused into service of Vishnu, Narayana, in the temple. That's why in the morning you go to the Hare Krishna temple, ISKCON, you find. In the early morning, the Lord is waking up. There is a different dress. You have to put those dress, waking dress. As we use our as human being, waking dress, night dress, working dress, going for garden working one dress, your office work another dress, going to a conference another dress, wedding another dress. So Krishna has so many dresses. First I came, I wanted to see how these Hare Krishna people here worship. So I said, first day I went, and there is Krishna Janmashtami. They are announcing now this all the dress of Krishna and Radharani needs to be changed because this is 1 year has been used old. So we need about how much? 10,000 or something. $10,000 we need to do all the dresses. Different dresses, no. Morning, noontime, evening, afternoon, this, that, and this time lying down, this bed is to be done like that, and the cushion should be like that. And 10,000. And please come up, place the money now. And I saw before me, first came 500 and 700 and 1,000. Like that, it is going on and on and on. They are demanding. And they said, now the Lord has gone to bed, not to bed. He will get another darshan, but he will not come out unless 10,000 is reached. That means we are all waiting. Thakur has been giving the night time rest, no? After feeding. He has given, when food is offered, they close the door. One should not see because our eyes will go for the food. Last will come, our last. So that time only the Lord will eat and the pujari will offer and they do japa. That is the practice. We also do that.
No, but our Thakur is in front of all of us.
No, that is not. In real genuine place with the Thakur, when the breakfast or lunch is given, only pujari will be there, no one
11:30
else.
to 12. It's always covered.
Bellumat
It
also.
opens for 5 minutes.
That is the time. And now this 5-minute opening, devotees are waiting. We are all waiting. And the announcement is coming. It is not yet. It has come only 9,000. If it is unless it is 10,000, this door is not opening. That means Krishna is not opening. He will not give the darshan. And it actually happened. They pounded, and got 10,000. And then 10,000 was over. And then I thought, by $10,000 dress, what is that? But anyhow, because I do not know, I may be wrong, 10,000, maybe a huge number for my understanding.
$10,000, $1,000 is for the person who's going to go buy the dress and eat in between, and then and then another $1,000 for somebody else.
I do not know whatever, but I may be exaggerating the figure, 10,000 or 7,000. I don't exactly remember, but it was striking for me. So many thousands are necessary for the dress of Krishna. But they will not serve any other people as a human. As the Ramakrishna Mission says, God in the human form. No. But their emphasis is God in Orcha form. That's called Orcha. Orcha means the image, the divine image in the altar. That is called Orcha form. And that's why their whole practice 24 hours is centered around morning waking up, then giving food, then cleaning the room, and then fanning, and then doing ritual after ritual, ritual after ritual. You go to Vrindavan, all the temples, 24 hours, the constant service is for Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. The idea is that your mind will not think of anything but Krishna.
Not Krishna and other living and others.
Yeah, that's a different aspect you are thinking, but that is their devotional, dualistic worship is dualistic service. It's called, that's why you are reading here. Why I came to that point. Yeah, but what he is saying that it is the mind of man under sway of passion is and greed will not attain to real and lasting peace through the restraint of the senses and other practices of Raja Yoga, as it will be through the service of the Lord with devotion, with loving devotion. So this is the point. Service is important. That day and night, that's why the Orcha Puja. They in the shrine, they are all whole day. Their life rotates around the temple. And how many minutes to get rest? God is resting now. God is waking up. Sometimes Swamiji Vivekananda was little rude on this type of focus only, where the individually. I understand. Okay, let it go. না অভিলাষ জানি তো অভিলাষ বলছে এখন অ্যাকসেপ্ট করবো না অভিলাষ ইজ কলিং অভিলাষ wants to join. Oh, acha, we can talk to him. No, I will say we can talk to him later. No. So we are to end now. So what is point?
Oh yeah, it's time.
The time is up.
It's time.
So
A little over, yeah.
So it is Bhakti Yoga is the service of the Lord with loving devotion. That is the main theme of them. So they wrote, Swamiji was little rude, strong on that because India was in so much suffering. Human beings are in starvation. And in the temple, you are spending tons of money for this waking up of the Lord and then closing the Lord and then dress code. How much money is necessary for the dress, and you are spending all this time, and human Narayana in the human form is in starvation, and that's why he criticized it very much. He wanted to bring that Narayana into human service to the human. That was the twist and turn.
That's what God would want.
Yeah, but the main point is that it is when devotion, it's a ritual. If you enter into ritual, ritual has no end. You add something more and something more. Today you think that in our temple, so many years there is no such offering of garland every day. Somebody started, I do not know, started puja and started going garland, and then another nun told me, shall I go do the garland? Yes, if you want, if you have enough energy and time, do it. And now whoever does puja, excepting one person or two persons, all are now started giving a garland. And now, after 10 years, it is the rule. You have to put the garland. Only this, of this so many years, of this 80 years of this center, garland is given on special day. Of course, they give the garland so that you don't see the face even. It is all flower. And a flower you can see little face like that, and our body is covered. And one here hibiscus, big hibiscus, covered like that. You see the hibiscus. Anyhow, now people will ultimately say, this is the tradition, and it's no end. If you add now, so Thakur is having, so mother should have something. So they brought one chain. Sometimes they put it for mother. And someone puts, someone does not, and then special day at least mother gets a chain, and someone is given. Now someone's mind will come, we will have to put some shari around mom. That's a good choice. Go on. It has no end of ritual.
Worship, you have that out of 10 item garland is one of the items. It's not like that when you tell the mantra you give water instead of garland.
No, 10 item has no garland. 16 items.
16. I can show you in your puja.
16 items. 16.
No,
I.
Often I 16 items. I can have bed with you, liberation bed.
Okay, liberation bed as in? What are the terms?
Who's gonna liberate?
Yeah, if I win, he will give me the liberation.
Oh, that.
And I'm sure that I will win.
No, I have done that in 10 item puja. Sometimes I do. You can add the 10 item, extend into different snana mantra. The ritual has no end. No, you can add, and forget that it is devotion. That's why our early Belur Math worship, Swami Vivekananda, this is ideal. He went to worship Ramakrishna. eh, And everyone is excited. Swami Vivekananda will do the puja today in the Belur Math, old shrine. So all gathered together. And what he did? He went and sat with the flower. Just sat and meditated. And had a deep meditation and creating such a spiritual atmosphere. He looked at their flowers, took so much flower, put at the feet of Ramakrishna, and all flower put at the head of everyone sitting over there and kept. Narayana, Narayana, same, and Narayana here. Finished, puja is done.
And he gave the food, and how he said food offering, Swami, this food offering, if people follow them,
Oh
what will
yeah,
happen?
yeah. And he one day, because he has a loving relationship, he went food offering. No, he in a bowl something was there, and he said, "Oh my friend, have it." And he went into samadhi. Just looking at that, he's totally gone out of the body. So this is a supreme example of doing devotion. But for ordinary people, it is good. Then mind will not go for 20 things. If you are a garden, putting the garden, at least you should think that you are doing for God. Plucking the flowers, putting the sandal paste. You engage yourself. This is Bhakti Upasana. When you mature, this should drop, lessen and lessen. But instead, it increases, and it becomes a burden for the next man. Then comes competition. Oh, you did that puja with this flower, I will do it now. So you have to put your time. Rather you meditate, rather you feel the presence, rather you. These are the Ramakrishna tradition teaching. But still, how much we can take, how much we can. But the main thing is that this devotion should be intense for him to love him. And these rituals are important at the beginning. And Ramakrishna started with the ritual, and ritual diminished. And what happened? And ultimately he could not do anything. He says, the mother eat, that's all. Oh, I will eat. Even he went to that far. I will eat first. Okay, I am eating. Okay, now you eat. See? It's a different level from where it started, where it ended. Anyhow, Jai Ma. Thank you. Jai. We don't give any joy here. Jai Ma. Huh.
Okay, I will take this. I will take it. So, yeah. Yeah.
So she is leaving now.
Oh, you leaving already?
She is going back tomorrow. Now means tomorrow she is
Tomorrow
leaving.
Greece?
Greece, right? She will go to Greece via San Francisco.
I hope to see you soon again. Nice seeing you.
Liberation weight, no?
Leave this here.
It doesn't have bag or anything. Okay, I will take it from the kitchen. I will take it from monastery. আচ্ছা
आजकल बैग नहीं देते.
No, he has books in his bag. Okay, I will return it to you.
You take your things and
Yeah, good day.